Hi, I'm Chris, the Entertainment Man Bisco, and welcome to another edition of the Entertainment Man Talk Show. Tonight we're going to talk about sicknesses. So the reason I'm wearing my loose t-shirt in this, my pajamas, is we're talking about sicknesses. I've had a lot of sicknesses in my life. A lot. My life hasn't been too good with sicknesses. It's not from the family. It's me. I just get sick so easily for some reason. First thing I want to talk about is chicken pox. That was when I was 7, 8, 9, or 10, or 11 years old, something like that. And I had chicken pox, and was scratching, and I was scratching everywhere and whatnot. I had spots all over my arms and whatnot. Measles, which is similar to chickenpox, I have not had before, and I've never had it before, so I have been lucky. Flu, not fun. The runs, throwing up, high fever, it's terrible. Honestly, it's really terrible to have. Colds, I have had a lot of. Flus, I haven't had much of. I always get jabbed in the arm every December when I go for my annual checkup. I ask for a flu shot, and last year he actually poked me really hard, and it hurt. Sometimes he takes it easy on me, sometimes he doesn't, and whatnot. But colds, I've had a lot of infections, like throat infection. I've had an ear infection. I have croup, which I had to go to the hospital for treatment. I was there for like an hour or two, and they were like a oxygen mask with the treatment for it. I've had that. Colds, I got over one April or May. April or last month I had a cold, and I had to get better. I was bad, and I was very cranky. Colds and flus, any sicknesses will make you cranky. Very cranky. So it's not very good at all to have. What else? I've had colds a few times where I had to go home from school. This is when I was still in high school. I wasn't done yet and whatnot. And I wasn't really well. And I had to go home early, which is not very good at all. And that was just one of the worst sicknesses I've had. As you can see, I'm just kind of propped up and put my head on the end of the bed. I've had colds that's lasted over a week, and it's terrible, and it just doesn't get better and better. In 2003, which will be 5 years since I've had this, in 2003 I had 2 surgeries. One was for my appendix. 2 was for my appendix, and then the second one was to get the poison out of me. August 2003, I wasn't feeling well. I was sick. I started throwing up. Eventually, it got to olive green color, which is very disgusting. And it was on my parents' 30th anniversary, and it wasn't good. So they took me to the hospital. They gave me a shot. They thought it was just a viral infection. I went home, and I came back to the hospital. They gave me a shot, and saying it was just a reaction to hopefully to get it fixed. I went home, still bad, came back. Then they said it was just a reaction to the shot. And we're going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back after these messages. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, welcome back. Now, back to my surgery talk here. What else? Actually, funny thing is, I went to one of the practices I just watched. So I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't watch it. So I ended up not playing, and I pretty well didn't play. I stayed on the sidelines. I brought my chair and sat. I couldn't sit there very long. It was just really bothering me. But the thing is, after that, going to the hospital a few times, my parents decided, why don't we take him to the family doctor? And doctor didn't like what he saw, so he referred me to a surgeon. I have to go back to the hospital, and they admitted me for tests. Admitted me that night. I was probably in the emergency until I think 12 o'clock, 12:30 in the morning, until they brought me into a room on pediatrics. I was only 17 at the time, and I was there for 3.5 weeks. Funny thing is, though, when I got sick, I couldn't play baseball, softball. I couldn't play, so I had to be put on the DL for the rest of the year, the table list for the rest of the year until I can get better. So I did go back the next year. Well, I'll explain that in a bit. The next morning, after I got admitted, I was transferred by ambulance to the Bowmanville Hospital and for tests. Their CT scan machine wasn't working, so I was going all the way to Bowmanville. So they transferred me, and my roommate and I were. He came in when I was ready to go back. He was going in for tests, same place. So he switched spots there, and I went back. And then, I think only a few days later, I went in for my first surgery to get the appendix out and whatnot. And I got this huge scar from, let me see if I can measure it with my fingers. It goes right down. Probably about that big. Probably about from here to here, from here to here. And I got a little hole in the side of my stomach too. That was a tube they put in to drain all the excess poison in my body. And what else? Catheter, tube in the nose. What else did I have? I had epidural. I had the lipids, TPN, etc. hooked up to me. And I was in there, like I said, 3.5 weeks, and I got recovered. They were going to keep me in if they had to take my bowel out of my, inside of me, take the bowel out for everything to heal up and then get better, then put it back in. I would have been in another 3 weeks. I would have been in there almost 2 months, pretty much. So, it was not, but it wasn't like that. I actually went, everything healed up and